In a world chasing perfection, it's our differences that leave the deepest mark. This isn't just about records or rare conditions, it's about the beauty of extremes and the strength of the human spirit. From extraordinary bodies to faces that challenge science, these individuals don't just adapt, they redefine what's possible. Leave a comment with one clear your mind and step into lives that exist beyond biology and belonging. Most people struggle with bad posture. Mahendra Ahirwar lived with the extreme opposite. Born in India with a rare muscle disorder called congenital myopathy, his neck muscles were so weak that his head bent backward at a full 180 degrees. This wasn't an exaggeration, it was his daily reality. His condition was not only rare but nearly unheard of in its severity. Walking was impossible, and even sitting upright took effort. His small, fragile body was often carried by his parents in a wicker basket. When you're that light, and that weak gravity always has the final say. But Mahendra was never just a medical case. He was bright, gentle, and full of curiosity. In 2016, surgeons placed a metal rod in his neck, hoping to lift his head and transform his life. For a short, precious time, it succeeded. He was able to look around to see his home, his loved ones, and the sky the way most of us do. Tragically, only 8 months after the operation, Mahendra passed away. His loss was deeply felt, yet his life remains a powerful lesson in bravery. Mahendra didn't only view the world from a different angle, he lived with courage, reminding us all to lift our heads a little higher. While people often say, children have big hearts, Virsaviya Goncharova lives that phrase in the most literal way. Born with Cantrell's pentalogy, a condition affecting only about 5.5 to 7.9 children per million, her heart beats outside her chest beneath a thin layer of skin. This rare form, called ectopia cordis, left her incredibly vulnerable, with doctors giving her only a 5% chance of survival at birth. But Virsaviya proved them wrong. With the spirit of a fighter, she faced the odds head-on, challenge accepted. Virsaviya's life is more than survival. It's a celebration of joy and resilience. Doctors once ruled out surgery because her exposed heart and high pulmonary blood pressure made it too risky, but she never let those limits define her. She dances, draws ponies, and lights up to Beyoncé's music. Her bright smile turns ordinary moments into pure happiness. That visible heart isn't a weakness, it's a symbol of courage and openness, reminding us that real beauty comes from inner strength. As her mother Dari says, she's unique, one in a million. Virsaviya's impact goes far beyond her diagnosis. She inspires not only those with rare conditions, but anyone who's ever felt different. Through social media, her life has reached millions, from clips of her powerful heartbeat to simple moments playing with friends. Even with oxygen support and constant risk from minor injuries, she embraces life fully, proving that being fragile doesn't mean being weak. Her heart, visible to the world, stands as a reminder that every life, no matter how challenging, is precious. Its steady beat became a symbol of hope the world won't forget. Twins usually share birthday cakes and matching outfits. Abby and Aaron Delaney shared something far more extraordinary: a skull. They were born conjoined at the head with a rare condition known as cranopagus. From birth, they were physically connected by bone-brain tissue and a crucial blood vessel called the superior sagittal sinus, often described as the brain's main drainage channel, not exactly something two people can share at once. Cranopagus occurs in roughly 1 out of every 2 million births. Conjoined twins overall appear in about 1 in 50,000 births, and only around 2% are joined at the head, making Abby and Aaron's case extraordinarily rare. But they're more than a medical phenomenon. They're little fighters. At just 10 months old, a team of doctors in Philadelphia performed an intense 11-hour surgery with everything on the line. The outcome was remarkable. Today, Abby and Aaron are thriving as two energetic individuals, laughing, learning, and growing into their own lives. They may have started life face-to-face, but now they have twice the future, twice the joy, and most likely twice the birthday cake. You've seen plenty of party tricks, but Adrianne Lewis has turned human anatomy into online gold. Her standout feature? A tongue that measures 4 inches long, yep, longer than your average credit card. Born and raised in the United States, Adrianne doesn't keep that tongue hidden. She puts it to work. She can reach her nose, her chin, and if you're squeamish, yes, even her own eye. Go ahead, try that in the mirror if you can, but don't say we didn't warn you. But Adrianne isn't just flexing for laughs. Her jaw-dropping talent has turned her into a full-blown internet phenomenon. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, you name it. People can't look away from her tongue stunts. And it's more than pure entertainment. She's setting her sights on fame, aiming to secure a place in the Guinness World Records for the world's longest tongue. After all, why settle for ordinary when you can become a living legend? Absolutely wild. Still, it's not all about shock and surprise. Adrianne's tongue has become her signature, transforming what others might see as strange into something the world can't stop watching. Her mindset is simple: embrace what makes you different and turn it into a strength. By owning her uniqueness, she's pushing forward toward recognition led quite literally by her tongue. For comparison, a giraffe's tongue can stretch beyond 20 inches. Adrianne isn't there yet, but among humans, she's clearly near the top, claiming her spot one lick at a time. If Maci Currin passed by you on the street, you'd probably pause mid-sentence, and for good reason. Her legs are longer than most dining tables. Each one stretches beyond 4 feet 4 inches, accounting for more than half of her towering 6'10" frame. Seriously, she looks like a real-life optical illusion, and she owns it. At just 19, Maci secured a Guinness World Record for having the longest legs of any woman in the world. But long before the spotlight and the title, she was already standing out quite literally among her peers. In grade school class photos, she could easily be mistaken for the teacher. And as for shopping for jeans, let's just say regular sizes don't even come close. Maci isn't just tall, she's redefining how to embrace being different. Through TikTok and Instagram, she shares life as a towering woman, from custom clothing tips to dodging door frames and low ceiling fans. She's become a fashion inspiration for tall girls and a role model for anyone who's ever felt out of place. What others might see as awkward, Maci turns into confidence. She's not just breaking records, she's changing the story. Her message is simple: don't shrink to fit in. Stand tall and keep moving forward even when the pants are too short. Rumeysa Gelgi isn't just tall, she's a walking world record. While her height draws attention, it's her hands that truly stand out. Her middle finger measures an incredible 4.4 inches longer than most smartphone screens, earning her the Guinness World Record for the longest fingers on a living person. Born in Turkey, Rumeysa's entire hand looks almost superhuman, so long that even gloves seem unsure what to do. But these fingers aren't just for display. They shape her daily life. Typing requires a custom rhythm, holding a pen takes careful control, and even using a phone becomes a delicate balancing act, all adapted to her extraordinary anatomy. This isn't about fitting in. It's about reshaping the world around her. Standing over 7 feet tall and holding the title of the tallest living woman, she challenges how we see the human body. Her unique proportions come from a rare genetic condition called Weaver syndrome, which affects growth and development. I'm much more confident in myself, she says, and it shows. Rather than letting her condition define her limits, Rumeysa stepped into the spotlight. She's a software developer, a researcher, and a strong voice for body positivity and rare disease awareness, all carried with confidence and grace. Her fingers may not slide into standard gloves, but they're made for pointing toward the future. So the next time someone tells you, "You stand out too much," think of Rumeysa. Her hands don't just set records, they push the boundaries of what we expect. Have you ever met someone this tall? If yes, drop a 2 in the comments. If not, leave a 5. Andrea Ivanova isn't easing into fame. She's pushing straight into it with lips so dramatic they steal the spotlight on their own. The Bulgarian influencer has turned herself into a bold symbol of extreme beauty trends. It all started in 2018 with a single lip filler session, followed by many more. Today, she's had over 30 injections, resulting in a transformation that's impossible to ignore. Her lips are now so voluminous, they feel larger than life. Online, Andrea is a spectacle. Every selfie grabs attention, every post ignites debate. Admirers, critics, and beauty watchers all tune in to see what happens next. One thing's certain, the pout isn't done growing yet. Andrea says she hasn't reached her ideal size yet, and she has no plans to slow down. Behind the bold look, daily life takes adjustment. Eating, drinking, even smiling require extra care. Her lips are sensitive, demanding gentle products and careful aftercare after each procedure. Still, Andrea carries herself with confidence. In her world, bigger is better, and beauty is an unapologetic choice. Critics claim she's gone too far. Her response is simple: "I'll go even further." Her lips aren't meant to blend in, they're designed to stand out. Part style, part identity, pure self-expression. The average human lip measures around 1.5 inches. Andrea's more like overworked sofa cushions. Shocking, striking, or surreal, her lips are impossible to ignore. And that's exactly the point. Tanya Herbert doesn't just leave footprints. She leaves milestones behind. Her feet stretch beyond 13 inches longer than a standard ruler. Yes, really. Officially recognized by Guinness as the woman with the largest feet in the world, Tanya wears a women's size 18, a number that turns heads. For context, most women's shoes top out around size 10, putting her in a league of her own. Growing up, she always knew her feet were different. At school, her sneakers looked more like small kayaks. Shoe shopping quickly became an adventure. Local stores were a dead end. Online options were scarce, and custom-made pairs were often the only solution, demanding patience, money, and a solid sense of humor. But Tanya has transformed what others might see as a disadvantage into a source of pride. She's told her story on international platforms, appeared at events, and amazed audiences with stories about the double takes she gets everywhere she goes. She often jokes that people stop her to ask about her shoes more than they stop celebrities for photos. And here's a wild thought: to sit with her feet are longer than some skateboards. Living life on a larger scale comes with its challenges. Everyday things, finding socks fitting into a car or squeezing through tight spaces, aren't always simple. Still, Tanya moves forward with confidence. Quite literally, her oversized feet have never slowed her down. Instead, they've taken her to global recognition and a deep sense of pride. To Tanya, having big feet doesn't mean bigger problems, it means bigger possibilities. Her journey is a reminder that the very thing that sets you apart can be what makes you truly remarkable. Diana Armstrong doesn't cut her nails, she carefully cultivates them. With a combined length exceeding 10 feet, they look like something out of a fantasy film rather than a real human trait. And yes, they're entirely natural. The Minnesota native holds the Guinness World Record for the longest fingernails on a living person. "People told me they were long, but I didn't see it that way back then," she says. She's been growing them for decades, layer by layer of polish. But nails this extreme require more than patience, they demand a whole new way of living. Shoelaces are off limits. Texting is done by voice. Diana has adapted her entire daily routine to protect and manage these fragile curling works of art. Each nail is painted and protected with care, turning her hands into something closer to an art exhibit than a set of tools. The upkeep is intense. Diana spends hours every week cleaning, filing, and moisturizing them. It's nearly a full-time commitment handled with the precision of a gallery curator. For context, fingernails usually grow about 0.1 inches per month, and Diana has gone decades without trimming them to reach this length. But it's not only about size. Her nails are her statement woven into her identity, style, and legacy. Through TV appearances and social media, she's become a symbol of dedication and self-expression. And she's not done dreaming yet. Diana dreams of creating her own beauty brand, drawing inspiration straight from her iconic nails. And really, if anyone knows nail care inside and out, it's someone who's been growing and protecting hers for most of her life. People may stare, but Diana just smiles because every curve and coil of her nails carries a story she's proud of. In a world obsessed with instant results, she stands as proof that patience still matters, built slowly, inch by inch. Sarwan Singh doesn't simply grow a beard, he carries history on his chin. Stretching an incredible 8 feet 3 inches, his beard isn't just long, it's legendary. If Rapunzel had a beard, it might look something like this. For more than 2 decades, Sarwan has carefully nurtured this facial masterpiece, earning him the Guinness World Record for the longest beard on a living man. While most of us wrestle with messy hair each morning, Sarwan tends to a beard that could pass for a ceremonial rope. And it's more than just hair hailing from Punjab, India. He views his beard as something deeply sacred. In Sikh tradition, a beard stands for wisdom, honor, and deep spiritual devotion, and Sarwan represents all of that strand by strand. His grooming ritual is no small task. Think of a full spa session focused entirely on his beard, careful washing, nourishing oils, and endless brushing. This beard gets VIP treatment. When he walks, his chin dips and his neck stretches to accommodate its length, turning him into a moving landmark. At cultural festivals, parades, and school visits, Sarwan proudly shares stories of faith identity and, of course, beard maintenance. Kids don't just ask for photos, they want to know how many years it took to grow something so extraordinary. His beard is longer than a king-size bed. This isn't just a style choice, it's a way of life. Sarwan isn't stopping with a Guinness title. He's planning to write a book that reveals the life behind the beard, what it's really like to eat, sleep, and travel with a furry companion trailing him everywhere. While the world argues over beards versus clean shaves, Sarwan shows that a beard can be far more than fashion. It can be a symbol. His doesn't just break records, it tells a story. And when you're carrying 8 feet of facial hair, you don't simply enter a room, you announce yourself. If social media had a center of gravity, Natasha Crown's curves might be it. With a waistline nearing 7 feet in circumference, she's on a bold mission to claim the title for the largest buttocks in the world, and she fully owns it. Natasha's transformation began at just 20 years old. What started as a wish for faster curves quickly evolved into a dedicated pursuit of creating the body she envisioned. Through multiple cosmetic procedures, a disciplined fitness routine, and a fearless attitude, Natasha has shaped her image from scratch literally. Now, a Sweden-born social media star, she shows off her striking curves with a confidence that turns everyday streets into catwalks. Whether she's rocking body-hugging outfits or sharing bold takes, Natasha promotes self-love in every post. She isn't just after attention, she's reshaping the beauty narrative one unapologetic pose at a time. But her transformation goes far beyond gym photos and online fame. It's taken real commitment, time, effort, and long recovery periods. Every surgery added volume, and every change brought a new wave of attention. From brand collaborations to non-stop stares in public, her proportions now outsize most bar stools, making even sitting down a calculated move. Still, Natasha doesn't rest on visibility alone. She channels her platform into promoting body positivity and uplifting women everywhere. Her message is clear: love yourself without apology and never make yourself smaller for others. To her, having the world's largest butt isn't about shock value, it's a statement of fearless transformation. She's turned curves into capital, her personal journey into motivation, and her influence into a celebration of bold beauty. Natasha Crown isn't trying to blend in, she's making room boldly and unapologetically for anyone brave enough to stand out. Mehmet didn't chase fame. His nose arrived there first. Measuring an astonishing 3.46 inches, it holds the world record for the longest nose ever recorded, and it's 100% natural. Born in Turkey, Mehmet noticed early on that his nose was growing faster than anyone else's. By age 16, it was no longer just a facial feature, it was a spectacle. While other teens worried about acne or facial hair, Mehmet fielded questions like, how do you sneeze without causing a breeze instead of shrinking from the attention? He leaned into it. He owned the jokes, transformed curious stares into cheers, and took his place on TV screens and record books and on global stages. His trademark, a bold side profile that turns heads wherever he goes. Fun fact, his nose is longer than most playing cards. If noses came with superpowers, his might be able to sniff out pizza from blocks away. Rather than seeing it as a drawback, Mehmet embraced it as a point of pride. His Guinness record opened doors around the world, letting him travel, meet admirers, and share his story with humor and heart. He even laughs that he's a real-life Pinocchio minus the lying. To Mehmet, his nose is more than a physical feature. It's an icebreaker, a connection, and a constant source of joy. And honestly, who can resist a good nose joke? The next time someone says, mind your own nose, Mehmet may already be there and enjoying every second of it. Wesley Warren Jr. didn't just make the news, he changed the scale of it. Living in Las Vegas, he was known for having what's believed to be the largest scrotum in the world, weighing as much as 132 pounds. Yes, 132 pounds. Imagine carrying that every day. This wasn't a choice or a bid for attention. Wesley lived with a rare medical condition called scrotal lymphatic filariasis, which causes lymphatic fluid to build up in the scrotum, leading to extreme swelling. At first, the change was barely visible, but as time passed, the swelling grew far beyond control, literally. For almost 10 years, Wesley carried an unimaginable weight. Everyday activities turned into major challenges. Clothing had to be custom-made. Walking required immense effort. Privacy was nearly impossible. He became an unwilling symbol of one of the most extreme medical conditions ever recorded. Yet rather than hide from it, Wesley chose to confront his reality head-on. Time seems to race for Adalia Rose, but she shines through every moment. This teenage YouTube star lives with progeria, a rare condition that causes her body to age rapidly each year, bringing changes most people wouldn't face until decades later. Affecting only about 1 in 20 million, progeria often limits life expectancy to around 21 years. Still, Adalia refuses to be defined by those numbers. She lives boldly, filling each day with resilience, creativity, and joy. Behind every number and record is a real life, a heartbeat, a family, a struggle, and a voice that deserves to be heard. If any of these stories touched, you share them so others can feel it too. Our differences are what make us unforgettable. Stay curious, stay kind, and keep seeing the world with wonder. And if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe to support the channel.